What's going on, guys? In today's video we're doing another music video breakdown. I saw how a lot of you guys loved the last one that I did, and to be honest, I love doing these just because I feel like a lot of you guys get to learn on how I go about the lighting setups, and hopefully it can help you guys, and I'm always learning as well. So today's video that we're breaking down, the music video, is Cash Money. Now unfortunately I can't play the full music video just like the last one due to copyright reasons, so if anything I would recommend for you guys to click in the link in the description below to go check out that music video and then come back. Anyways, let's just hit that intro real quick, go watch that video if you guys haven't, and let's break it down. Alright, so if you guys already watched the music video, if you guys haven't, again, link is in the description below. So let's get started with breaking down this music video. Let's get started with the equipment that I use. So first thing as usual is the camera. The camera that I used for this shoot was a Panasonic S1H. The lenses that I used for this was the 50mm Sigma Art lens 1.4 and the Sigma 24mm 1.4 lens. It was two S1Hs, one was handheld and the other one was on a gimbal. The gimbal that I used was the Ronin S, and the two monitors that I used for both the handheld and the gimbal setup was the Atomos Ninja 5. So that's the camera gear. Now let's get on with the first scene of the music video. Let's get straight into it. So the first scene is pretty much simple, as you guys watched the beginning of the video. It's basically a push-in shot. Now the lights that we use for this, basically what we did is the top ceiling lights, the actual lights from the studio. We took down all four tubes and we actually mounted the Nanlite Pavo tubes right on top. The 4-footers obviously have magnetic things on the clamps in order for me to stick it on top because it's magnetic on the top. It was pretty simple, basically just magnetize them up top. And this is why I kind of recommend for a lot of you guys to go with these Pavo tubes, because they're versatile and shots like that look really good. Now I would recommend for you guys, if you guys were to ever do this, like let's just say for overhead lighting as we did for that shot, if you guys can, put a diffusion on top, because the lighting was a little bit harsh that I would love to diffuse it, but we didn't have anything to kind of put on top to cover the lighting, so it's a little harsh. But overall, I mean, I really like that scene. Just a pushing shot, very moody, and it was a good start to the video. So now the next shot is the same shot, but instead of pushing in, I had the artist basically performing, and I was going 360 around him as he's just performing. And this was it just happened in post. Now I was trying to do this shot just to kind of go hand in hand with the pushing shot, to kind of like have two different options to go with to cut in from. But somehow as I was editing, I just felt like the side shot, the one that was going 360, needed something to just add to this video. And I went with like that burn overlay effect as well, with like a fog, adding extra fog to the image. And I mean, you guys tell me whether it's good or bad, but it looked pretty good. Now there's times where you might not plan for the shot, and in post you guys might figure out how to add things to it. So it happens to all of us. For me, I was just trying to go hand in hand with the pushing shot, and then here and there cut it with the 360 shot going around them. But the overlay happened just when I was doing in post. I just thought it would look good, and I really liked it. The artist liked it himself as well. So keep in mind, not everything is gonna be structured, not everything's gonna go perfect. At times you might just figure things out in post, as it happens to me at times. I don't highly recommend it. I would recommend for you guys to do a treatment or figure things out before you shoot it, so you guys can kind of know what you guys are gonna go for. But there's times where things like this will happen. Now the next shot is one of my favorite shots. It was just clear. I just love the way the image turned out, and that is when he's sitting down. I had him sitting down and we put two old school TVs with the glitch just kind of going on. And I mean, I honestly liked everything that we did here. So the lighting setup that we did here was, we had the Nanlite Forza 300 as a key light. Again, if you guys don't have any Nanlite Forza lighting, I do recommend for you guys to go for it. I'm not sponsored by them by any means, but I love the skin tones that you guys get out of these lights. It's just really, really clean. And then we also had another light on the side, which was a Nanlite Mix Panel 150. That was the fill light. And then we had two Pavo tubes on those broken down lockers in the back. I had RGB, and we went like with a bluish color. And then we had two small 2-footers on the floor. And the reason why I put them on the floor was kind of just, they weren't spilling enough from the locker, so I decided to put some right behind them on the floor, just to again have the floor give it some blue, give it a pop. And the reason for that was just to go with his outfit, with his shirt. Sometimes it's obviously good to counter the color and go with the opposite, because opposite colors attract. But for this particular scene, I just wanted the colors to kind of blend and just overall, stick with this type of color theme, and I just felt like it was just right. And then the last light that we used for this scene, again, we tried different type of effects for this, but the one that I loved the most, and that's what we went with, was we had the projector, the Forza 60 projector that they just came out with. And we left, I think it was like I don't know if it was like the tree effect. We left an effect on there. And then we put haze, and with the haze, it somehow gave it some rays coming out of his back of his head. So it gave him a pop, but at the same time, those rays just gave it that type of look that I have never gotten in a music video. Normally, when you have a light coming from the back, it looks cool when the artist is moving out of the way, you know, and it's like the beam comes in and out. But this one was just like the rays just look really, really good. So the projector came in clutch for this particular music video. And so that was pretty much it for this particular scene. For this scene also, I did forget to mention that we also did a tripod shot. Reason for that, again, is because we wanted to go ahead and put his mom and himself back in the day when they were talking. So again, there's a lot of times where a tripod is necessary, so don't ever count a tripod out. I notice a lot of people use gimbals nowadays, but it's always good to mix your shots and, you know, add a tripod, because tripod definitely helps a lot. Now the next shot that we did, the next scene, when he was looking down on the Polaroids and basically looking at, you know, when he came out of the commercial. We also added one performance scene from this actual music video in one of the other Polaroids. But again, another shot, how we went about that was basically, you know, a tripod shot. But when it comes to lighting, what we did was, again, we left the power tools up on the ceiling. So we used two of them, kind of like a key light. And then we used the Forza 60 with the projector on the back end. And then on the other one, we also used the Forza 60, but I didn't have my second projector in. So what we did was just use a Fresnel on the other Forza 60 and just kind of give him a backlight. And basically, you know, it just light up like the side of his cheeks. It doesn't hit his eyes or anything. I wanted to keep it very, very moody for this particular scene because, you know, he's going deep in his own thought, and I just felt like it added that power and that mood, that the tone that I wanted to set for this music video and for his lyrics. So it just looked really good, and we added a projector right behind him, and we just had it playing on I forgot what kind of video, but overall I knew I was gonna get the rays just going around him. So again, we added haze to just give it that extra and that final look that we wanted to achieve. For these Polaroid shots, I knew he was gonna be moving them, so I just told him, let's go ahead and just cover them with some green paper, just for it's easier for me. So every time he's moving, like, it's just easier to put, you know, green screen on him. So we did different type of shots for this setup. We did a push-in shot with the Ronin S. We did some handheld shots, a tripod shot over the shoulder. There was a lot that we did, but of course, it was all in one little area. That was the same area that we also had him use for standing up, just performing for like the beginning of the music video. So the reason why I have my studio and I left a black cube in that area is because you can do endless different type of looks with lighting. You know, lighting does a lot, and you can always change different scenes. And that's pretty much it for this music video. We did two setups basically in my studio. We had like the glitch TV area where we kind of like just moved it around. We put like the chair there and we had him performing, and then everything else was in the black room. The artist originally wanted to do the typical what you normally see in a music video. He wanted to go out, shoot in front of a car, have models, you know, nice clothing, the typical, right? What I ended up telling Cash Money was, if you really want people to feel it, if you really want to be different, step outside of that. Like, everyone does that, every artist does that. Let's try this scene. It's gonna cost more, but it's gonna give you just a better look overall. And you know, you want people to know about it. You don't want people to just watch and be like, that was dope, and be out. I wanted to kind of give it some story. So for example, the Polaroid shots, I wanted people to see him coming out in a commercial. It was quick, but you know, it still showed a little bit of that. The mood and the tone that we were able to provide with all the lighting in the black room, it just looked really good. That you can't get that type of image unless there's a studio. So just overall, the production value and the image overall for the video looks a lot better than just going out there shooting somebody in front of a car. So just, you know, if you guys have great ideas for a song, feel free to let them know. Now, if they don't want to switch to it, then, you know, go with whatever they want. But if they hear you out, you'd be surprised. You can always help somebody out with just the visuals. The visuals go a long ways. That's pretty much it. Hopefully this helped you guys with the lighting. Again, lighting is very crucial when it comes to any video. It doesn't have to be music videos, whether it's corporate videos, commercial work. Lighting itself gives you that type of look. You guys watched it. It gave different type of moods, tone. Use lighting to provide the tone and mood for all your videos. It helps a lot. And I can't stress lighting enough. All the lights that I have, again, is Nanlite. Everything will be linked in the description below for all the things that we use for this music video. If you guys have any other comments, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, guys.